Hey everybody, thank you for coming by. I'm here to do a reading for the Divine Feminine. I like to do these readings every 2 weeks or so in conjunction with the moon cycles. We have a full moon in Aries coming up on the 29th of September. So Divine Feminine energy, of course, exists in every living thing on earth. And it can, when we talk about Divine Masculine and Feminine, we're talking about that balance within and also without as it appears in your life. When I do these readings, I like to focus on it as an external energy just because I find it makes the reading clearer, easier to understand. But of course, as with all tarot readings, take it as it fits for you. Now, as I sat down to do this reading, I was meditating on the energy of Divine Feminine under this full moon, and I got the song Enjoy the Silence by Depeche Mode. And the words specifically are, words are very unnecessary. They can only do us harm. Enjoy the silence. I'll put a link to the song below, you guys. Us 90s children will obviously remember that song, but it just came to me as I was sitting here, so we'll see what that Enjoy the Silence message is about. Let's get into the reading. I'm going to start off here with the wisdom of the oracle, and we'll get the overall energy affecting the Divine Feminine during this full moon cycle. Now, moon cycles work in 6 months. This full moon is the completion of a manifestation cycle in your life that goes back to Aries season, which would have been April of this year. So think back, look into your birth chart and see what house is ruled by Aries. You don't have to have any planets in that house, just what house is ruled by Aries, and that will tell you the area of your life being affected by this moon cycle. Aries is Mars energy. So it's all about assertiveness. It's about going out there and planting seeds. We have Treasure Island. Ooh, that's exciting. Something unfolding that you wished for. It can be about allowing yourself to wish. Enjoy the Silence is very much to me a message about not making things happen. It's what I call watch, wait, and listen. Letting the universe be the collaborator. With Mars energy, there can be a tendency or a need to set the narrative yourself, to control how the trajectory of something comes out. I'm getting a real message here about standing back for a second, letting the seeds you planted actually show you what's being yielded now. Treasure Island, everything you could dream of, all the treasures. And that can be where you're setting sail for. I noticed that the box is on the back of a turtle, you see. So it's a slow and steady type energy. Again, we could be referring to the moon cycle, but we'll see. Let's start off here with the Star Codes Astro Oracle. Get some astrological energies influencing Divine Feminine right now. Now, this could be astrology in your chart and someone around you, or just overall affecting the situation. The journey. Could there be travel coming up? But this is a progression. So when planets progress through the chart, they move forward. This can be about something unfolding as in that moon cycle. Okay, let's see, what else do we have? Okay, wow. These are all aspects in astrology coming out, no signs. We have the symbiosis, moving towards a greater sense of symbiosis, perhaps within or without. But coming into union too could be the case with Treasure Island. The Imam Coli, rooting, grounding, finding your center. And we have the opposition energy or the conflict. When two planets lay in opposition to each other, that usually means that there's a rebalancing or a lesson involved. We'll see how that plays out. Okay, let's start off with the Psychic Tarot. What are some overall messages affecting Divine Feminine during this moon cycle? Wow, the Nine of Pentacles, Treasure Island and the Nine of Pentacles, interesting. Okay, this could have to do with increasing your security or your stability. We have the Two of Wands, the waiting game. Watch, wait, and listen. Okay. Are you heading towards new work, greater abundancy? Creating your own treasure island, maybe? Okay, we'll see. What's going on here? What else? The throat chakra and the Eight of Wands. Okay, this can involve communication. You might be waiting to hear a message about something. Waiting game in the throat chakra. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, actually. The Eight of Wands coming out, Leo energy. See how she's gazing up at that star? This is a wish you made, and it's about to come through. That's what you're waiting for, communication on that. Fire energy. Movement forward. Okay. I see, often when I see the Eight of Wands, I think of a fire gate bursting open and the flames are just like, it's time. The rush of energy is here. Opposition, though. Let's see what that's about. Let's get into this with the good tarot. Let's see what was going on in the recent past, please, for divine feminine energy. What do we have here with the Two of Swords, a decision. Okay, again, the watch, wait, and listen energy, because here in the Two of Swords, it's about trying to make a decision based on logic when you don't have enough evidence. You can't see clearly. It's about following your intuition. You can see how he's submerged and it looks like in the water. Look at all that blue. Trying to see which way to go, but you have to wait for that to clear up. Okay, so this Nine of Pentacles, this could be about getting the means to make something happen or to travel, to move towards something with this Eight of Wands, something you wished for. The waiting game. In the present, what is going on here? The Empress and the Page of Cups. Okay, divine feminine showing up right there. And the symbiosis. All right. This is interesting. I have a feeling that, okay, perhaps you've engaged in something new recently. Either it's a creative endeavor or some kind of emotional experience. And it's just kind of at its beginning phases. You're sitting here in Empress energy kind of judging as to whether or not this is going to grow into something greater. Might be what you're waiting for. It's with the symbiosis card, so is this a fit? Nice to see divine feminine energy here showing up in full power. Because that means you're sitting in a place of knowing what you're worth and knowing what you've worked for. You don't get to Empress energy just by whatever, getting your hair done and getting your nails done. That is not Empress, right? Empress is a survivor. And she has the ability to transmute anything into something more beautiful. That's her job. Pure Venus energy here. Okay. Let's see what's in the near future for divine feminine. What's next? What's next? What do we have, please? What's next? The Nine of Swords and the throat chakra. What is not being said here? The waiting game is here as well. So it's like there's a temporary holding back. And I got that with the Two of Swords and the enjoy the silence. Wait for the message to come through. But with the Nine of Swords, it's very similar to what I said about the Two of Swords. It's about trying to see outcomes that it's impossible to see. It's seeking mental control or a strategy. You could be very stressed out about a communication coming into you, or somebody else around you is. We'll see as we clarify. That's going to help. Too many. What about this Eight of Wands here? This is where you're headed towards. What is the Eight of Wands? What are you headed towards? The Five of Pentacles. This has been a very strong message in the readings lately. I'm getting it again. There's some wish fulfillment that you want to have that requires more stability or more independence, more financial stability. And the Five of Earth is sitting here with the opposition or the confrontation card, right? So that's what's standing in the way of this moving forward. Finances, perhaps. We do have Treasure Island here, so it's like in order to create something that is worthy or that fulfills this Empress energy, it's like something's been kept really small for now. And it's going to require more investment or more money or before that firewall bursts open and the action happens. Let's see what the challenge is. I'm going to ask first. Let's see what the challenge is. Two cards for the challenge. Ace of Swords, communication. And we have the throat chakra there with the Nine of Swords. What isn't being said here? Let's see what's going on in that outcome. The Ace of Swords. Oh, wow. Mars energy. Aries here with the Tower. And Aquarius. Sudden change. Suddenly, again, things that weren't built to last won't last. You can't build a stable structure worthy of an Empress type energy here on a crumbly foundation. Interesting. When the Tower comes along, it's like there's that burst, right? When I mentioned the firewall, all from standing to sudden change. The Tower is always something that we manifested in when we were asking the universe for help back in the past. This could relate to the Aries energy in April of this year. Okay, let's see. On the bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of fire. So from the 7 to the 8 is the issue here. And there's something going on. This is the firewall. This is it bursting open. And then the Tower comes in and everything changes. Wands are all about our own passion and our own path. So again, it could be a course that you set that's been blocked for a while or kept quite small. We'll see. And it could have to do with, again, feeling lack. Whether it was you or somebody around you who felt that they did not have the right resources to create this Empress energies, you know, what's worthy of this Empress energy. 2 of Swords, hey? Okay. Moon to Luniverse deck. In the recent past, we have the 2 of Swords. What is the decision here to do with abundance? Money, Treasure Island. 2 of Swords. Why is the 2 of Swords here? Wow. Card explosions. Okay. Sorry, guys. Let me clean this up. Flip the deck. Okay. Why is the 2 of Swords here? Can I please get it? Okay. The Page of Wands now. We have the Page of Cups here. Again, a small energy. It's like something... But the Page of Wands is also a message about happiness, something exciting, something that gets you fired up. And it has to do with this independence or this money, this 9 of Pentacles. Page of Wands. Why is the Page of Wands here? Could it have been an idea that requires further investment? These cards are crazy. The 2 of Wands. More indecision, more kind of standing at a crossroads, not knowing what to do. Not making a move, like keeping things small until this sense of independence or money comes through. Very strong message in the collective. Page of Cups and the Empress. Temperance. A lot of patience going on, a lot of divine timing, watching, waiting, listening for something to grow or something to be revealed that's up till this point been kept rather small. And there is a reason for it. We have the 2 of Wands twice. And that is about kind of making a move into your next self, your new future. Perhaps heading towards Treasure Island. Temperance is also a card of alchemy being performed behind the scenes. In other words, there is something else at work here that you don't see. And, you know, the angels, if you will, performing a perfect mix. And that's the timing part. Sagittarius energy with Temperance. Why is Temperance here? The King of Swords, the communicator, the decision maker. Yeah, and we have the 9 of Swords here, which no doubt belongs to the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords can be an official. It can be somebody who is a decision maker, like the law, in the courts, perhaps. It can also just be somebody around you who is a very logically minded, speaks the facts, just the facts, ma'am, kind of person, right? No frills. But also the master of communication, and that could be what you're waiting for. So whether this is a legal decision that's going to free you up financially, make you more independent, or it's communication around that from somewhere. You know, the King of Swords can be a boss too. Like I said, somebody who makes official decisions. I wonder if that's to do with work. I'm not seeing a lot of love energy out here yet. This looks like it has to do with kind of you becoming more independent in your own right somehow. I'm going to go back to that King of Swords later. But with the King of Swords and Temperance, yeah, that's what you're waiting for. Clear, decisive messages or communication. In the near future, the Nine of Swords and the throat chakra. The Nine of Swords again, it's not communicating. It's getting stuck in the mind. Now we have the King of Wands. King of Wands is Aries energy and Leo and Sag, but it's an action taker. We have the communicator and the action taker. The King of Swords makes decisions based on the heart rather than the head, unlike the King of Swords. He follows his passion. This is a character who can be quite magnetic. Nine of Swords. Okay. So what about this King of Wands? King of Wands. For Divine Feminine. Page of Cups, Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. We have the Page of Cups back here with the King of Swords. But what is this stress about? Like, why is the stress here? Whether this King of Swords, King of Wands is the same guy, same person. This can be about your confidence. Okay. Nine of Swords. What is the anxiety? What is the stress here? Six of Swords. Somebody who wants to communicate with you, they're moving out of a mental trap, perhaps. Because for me, the Five of Swords can often be an inner conflict. It can be telling yourself stories that are actually meant to hurt you. So whether you and this person engaged in some kind of struggle or they did, and that's what you're waiting for them to kind of come out of that and to come forward and communicate with you clearly. The Six of Swords is nevertheless moving on. There's a message here in the near future that's going to get you all up in your mind. And then Six of Swords is moving on because this is attached to the throat chakra. Six of Swords, please, for Divine Feminine. The Two of Swords again, right there. Whether to move on or not is what I'm getting. Could you be getting a new offer from this King of Swords energy? Now, this could be in your workplace. You might be needing to tell a boss or somebody else who you work with or for that you're moving on. Two of Swords, you're making that decision. You might have received, like I said, a new offer from a King of Swords that you've been waiting for. Okay. And that's what you're confused about. There is a lot of confusion. There's a lot of swords submerged in water. In other words, you can't see clear enough. Okay. And here, what's with the Five of Pentacles? Tell me. The Hierophant. One more. The Hierophant is a certain belief system. It's a lack mentality, perhaps. Now, the Hierophant can be about you, that this would require you, let's see, yeah, perhaps it might be you going down in your finances as well, because we started here with the decision around Nine of Pentacles, and then we get to the heart with the Hierophant and the Five of Pentacles. So it could be that you're trying to make a decision like that. Let's see, the Hierophant. Something that perhaps calls to your heart and your spirituality, your spiritual center, but could end up, or you fear could end up leaving you in a place of not having enough money. The Lovers. Gemini's major arcana. The Lovers is making a choice. This is huge. We have the Two of Swords, the Two of Wands, the Temperance card. And then again, what is pulling at your heart? What is stoking your passion? It may again involve less financial security, however. That could be an issue here. But the Lovers is needing to make a decision about two parts of yourself, two paths you could take, two people. King of Wands, King of Swords. Okay. And two suspended pages, meaning that there's kind of two suspended offers that are just right at the beginning. And you got to choose between them. Ace of Swords in the challenges. Yeah, opposition or confrontation, meaning you've got to face it. And then that Eight of Wands is free. Ace of Swords. What's this about? That's the clarity. That's the challenge I see. That's the challenge. Wheel of Fortune. Sag energy. We had Sag with the Temperance. This could be looking towards Sagittarius season, which is at the end of November. But the Wheel of Fortune too is about things starting to unfold that you put into action a while ago. And it's going to lead to the change you asked for with the Tower. But the Wheel is also about, like, you're waiting for divine timing to give you the clarity so you can make this decision. Let's see. Got a couple flippers. Why is the Wheel here? The Wheel of Fortune. The Queen of Wands. We have the King and Queen of Wands here. The Queen of Wands is somebody who does take action based on her own behalf. This is not somebody who waits around for permission, which is interesting. With the Queen of Wands and the Empress, if you're coming in with this energy, that's very magical as well. Again, what you put into action. Queen of Wands is a leader. She's very magnetic. Very sexy, usually. Queen of Wands. And the Wheel. The Six of Pentacles. Balance. Reciprocity. An offer. And that's kind of what you're waiting to find out here. You're in a real dilemma. There's so many, which way leads to your treasure island? The Tower in the outcome. This could be referring to that full moon in Aries. Seven of Wands, interesting. That's the second time we've seen that too. The Tower brings bursts through that Seven of Wands, that firewall, and then we get the accelerated motion. That's when you need to make this decision. Seven of Wands, please. Seven of Wands. What's that about? More Wands. What is it? The Nine of Wands. One more, please. One more. The High Priestess and the Sun. Wow, interesting energy, you guys, because the High Priestess is that watch, wait, and listen again, right? Now the Sun is the illumination. This is what this is telling me is exactly how it started with that enjoy the silence message. The High Priestess only intuits. All of these swords are you trying to figure out something strategic in your mind. Perhaps you're weighing out all the pros and the cons in this decision and using your mind to try to be logical. What makes the most sense here? But what the High Priestess and the Sun is saying is that the illumination comes from the intuition. The Hierophant is calling you. That's your higher spiritual belief. That's your, your spiritual calling even. That's why the Lovers is associated with it. So even though you may have an idea with opposition and Five of Pentacles that this somehow isn't going to work or it's somehow going to lead to lack, what this is saying with the Nine of Wands is that the truth of your spiritual path lays in your own knowing. That's where that illumination and that rebirth of the Sun will come from. We have Pisces and Leo here. Okay. I want to see, what is this Tower taking down? What is this Tower taking down? The Three of Pentacles. An existing collaboration or job. Three of Pentacles. Why is this here? We have the Six of Pentacles here. Together, that's the Nine right there. What is the Tower bringing down? Oh my gosh. No. I'm so sorry about all the card explosions, you guys. I don't know if it's me or this deck, which is quite slippery. Three of Pentacles. The Devil. Capricorn's major arcana. One more, please. The Devil can be fear. It can be self-doubts. It can be stories you tell yourself. It can be cycles coming to an end. Knight of Wands. Capricorn energy has a lot to do with what you achieve. Okay. So this is about going for it, whether you're afraid of that or not. Saturn, which rules Capricorn, is the ruler of our physical reality. We have a lot of pentacles here, especially with that 3 coming up. This is actually, despite that fear, that 5 of Pentacles, that fear of lack, I see you going for it. The Knight of Wands harnesses his passion and doesn't really spend a lot of time thinking about what could go wrong. It's like getting away from this devil that's holding you back. Saturn is the planet of restraint. And moving forward towards what's calling your heart. Whatever offer here is calling most to your heart on a deep level, you already know anyway with the Sun. Who is the Knight of Wands? Who is the Knight of Wands? No, too many. One more only, please, for this Knight of Wands, for Divine Feminine. It's going for it anyway. I love the Knight of Wands springing out of the devil, because it's like, no, my heart wins over my fear, and I'm going to go for it. Knight of Wands. The Fool. Aries Major Arcana. Interesting, we're ending the reading with the 2 major arcanas for Aries, that full moon. Look at what beautiful card the Fool is here in the Lune de Luniverse deck. It is the full spectrum of possibility. It's embracing what could happen in that very free-spirited way. Again, with the Knight of Wands and the Fool leaping away from that energy of restraint and holding back the devil. Letting go of all of that mental control and just going for what calls to your heart. That's Aries energy. Yeah, the 5 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. We have the 5 of Pentacles attached here to the choice you have to make and your movement going forward. 2 5 of Pentacles equals 10. And that's where your stability will come from. Wow. You know, one thing that's occurring to me with this 9 of Pentacles is that in the recent past, you know, it could be pointing to the seeds you planted now yielding, right? That can be on a spiritual level as well. We have 2 9s. 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands. Okay. But it could be saying too, like, that you don't have to be so afraid of this lack or whatever this 5 of Pentacles stands for you. Because with the 9 of Pentacles, you know how to create your own abundance anyway. And you can do that. It is all about following what's calling your heart. All right, let's close the reading off with, we'll do from True Love reading cards. What do we have, please? Anything from this deck to close the reading? What do we have? Yin and Yang in the Silver Waterfall. We have divine masculine energy and feminine balanced within the self. That's the 9 of Pentacles. And the silver waterfall is the belief, right? The dreams. Look at the rainbow. Anything is possible here. You can create it. That's the balance within. And also without. I do notice 2 masculine energies surrounding this Empress. On the bottom of this deck, we have manifestation. Again, going back to that moon cycle, that you did manifest this. With Temperance showing up, you could have been waiting for this to unfold for a while. One more card from the Lover's Oracle. Okay, what do we have here for Divine Feminine? Oh, it doesn't want to. Oh, I love this card. See the heart right at the center? Speak your heart and live your heart. Only time will tell. Divine timing here with the Wheel of Fortune, right? Again, watch, wait, listen. But it definitely looks to me here at the end with the Devil, the Knight of Wands, and the Fool, that you're going to take a leap of faith away from whatever is holding you back, whether that's fear of lack or other people around you. You're going to go for it. All right, you guys, that's what I have. I hope it resonated with some of you. I hope it helped. If it did, you guys give the reading a thumbs up. I'm keeping comments closed for now because YouTube has become quite a rowdy place. But a thumbs up would be great. The more energy you put into the reads, the more we can connect, right? Thanks, you guys. Take care through this moon. See you soon.